Yeah, yeah. Well, when you say question, what, if you were talking to somebody who maybe this is a new idea for, when you say question, what kind of questions might come to mind? What kind of questions would you ask to even start you on that kind of a path?
Well, I think I was real fortunate. I've been blessed all my life, and I've seen life just a little differently.
How so?
Well, I knew that I wanted people to treat me a certain way. I wanted to be honored. And in doing so, I came to the realization that if I want people to honor me, I need to honor everybody else on the planet and their thought process and their reality. And I knew it was different than mine. So at an early age, I started questioning the way I looked at things. And anytime something didn't seem right, I questioned it, went into it, turned it around, flipped it around, and looked at it from a different perspective and tried to get a different angle on it. And somehow our minds, they need to grasp what reality is. We need, as humans, to have some kind of foundation. So we grasp at things to make our foundation stronger and our reality stronger. And our reality isn't necessarily the way the world is presenting itself. So it's definitely unique, and it's definitely the way we see the world, but it's not necessarily the way the world actually exists.
Do you think the mind can ever really grasp reality? Can the mind grasp it?
That's a tough question, because every time you go there, you realize, man, I've got my own slant on this. And then you have to let that go. So is it possible? It's possible. Is it possible that we'll never know? That's also possible.
Yeah. Or maybe that it's beyond the realm of the mind, that it's more something else. Maybe maybe that's a possibility.
Yeah.
It took you a long time to put together that beautiful book, and I know that you spent 4.5 months in India, Thailand, Laos. Some of the pictures in the book are from that. They're exquisite pictures. We'll be showing some of the pictures from the book, hopefully. So talk a little bit about your journeys in India and Laos and Thailand, and how that affected you and how that wove all together with the experience of the book somehow.
It was a great, great journey. I originally set off for India and the Third World to experience the Third World and to shift my perspective again and to hopefully open myself up to other cultures and other people. India, I had been to Third World countries before. I had seen poverty. I had seen overpopulation. And I thought, man, I'm ready. You know, what can India present that I haven't already seen? So I got to India, and there's no way on earth you can prepare yourself for India.
No, I experienced that too. I was in India. Yeah.
Were you really?
Yeah. I know exactly what you mean. Yeah.
So it's an amazing place.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
It took me probably 3 days to reacclimate myself. And after those 3 days, I just fell in love with the people and the place, and it was incredible, very magical. And when I got off the plane, I expected to see hordes of people. And I walked out into the airport. There weren't that many people. And I told myself the one thing I was not going to do was give up control. I was going to stay in control the whole time. What's the first thing I do when I get off the plane? Is give up control.
How did you do that?
I flew into India not knowing anybody. I flew into a strange country. I had no place to stay. I didn't set up anything. I like to travel that way. So let things unfold as they go. And I'm walking around the front, I'm thinking, man, what am I going to do? And this young fella comes up to me and says, Sir, you need a hotel? And I said, yeah. He said, I have a friend. Come with me, I have a friend. I said, okay.
Ah.
So I got into his virtually this little car. It wasn't even a cab. And we started driving down the streets of India, getting away from the airport, and it started getting darker and darker and darker. And then all of a sudden in the distance, I could see little glimmers of light, little flickers. I said, you know, something I knew, something that I could relate to. And as we got closer, I realized that they were campfires. And we went over this bridge, and on the bridge there were pieces of corrugated steel and cardboard laid up against the sides. And inside these little lean-tos were small little fires. That's what was creating the light. And there were probably half a dozen people underneath each lean-to. And then we passed over the bridge, and it started getting darker again, and the streets started getting smaller and smaller. And we finally turned this corner, pulled into a small little lot, and there was this building. Not much of a building, but it was a building. We got out. The young man said, "Follow me, sir." We went in the front door, and there was a manager at the desk, and he signed me in. And after I'd signed in, he said, "Okay, follow this young man. He'll take you to your room," expecting that we'd go behind the desk and up a set of stairs. Instead, we go out the front door, around the corner, and towards the back of the building. And we're passing people just sleeping on the sidewalks, sleeping in the gutters. And we come to the back of the building, start up the stairs, and there's people sleeping on the stairs, and there's open rooms, and there's a dozen people in the rooms.
And this is your first evening in India.
My first evening in India.
Right.
And we get to my floor. There's a little padlock on the door. He opens up the door and says, "Here you are, sir." And he closes the door, and there I am for the night, on a bed that the mattress is about that thick, laid on a couple boards. And I try to rest, and I try to sleep, and it's just, I can't do it.
Oh God, who can sleep in a situation like that? You're probably just praying for it to get light outside.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But then I decided to go into the bathroom. Americans, they love to take, or I love to take warm showers, help yourself get relaxed. I go into the bathroom, and all there is in the bathroom is a hole in the floor and a little spigot next to the hole. And in the corner is a bucket. And I figure out, okay, the bucket and the spigot is your toilet paper and your shower.
Right.
So just a whole acclimation of being in a strange country, and the habits was a little overwhelming the first couple of days.
Yeah, I'm laughing because I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. So